Well, it's great to see Topper sports season kicking off again. I'm Troy Hughes. I'm the fire chief here in Los Alamos. And we're glad to see COVID kind of waning and people getting back to their normal activities. One of the things that hurt us during this time period was our lack of people. So we need recruits. We need cadets to come to work for Los Alamos Fire Department. It's a great career, very rewarding, good pay, good benefits, great retirement. You get to work out and maintain your Topper strength. So we're hoping that a few good people will come to work for us in the next year, and we hope that the Toppers win, so go Toppers.
Hello, I'm Deputy Chief Oliver Morris of the Los Alamos Police Department, and I just want to take a few moments of your time to talk about some safety initiatives that we want to bring forth to the community as the 2022-2023 school year starts in Los Alamos. School is right around the corner, and we want to remind parents and students to make sure that you leave enough time to get to school on time so we're not rushing. As you can see behind me, all school zones are 15 miles an hour when students are going to school, even if they're not present. So let's slow down and just make sure our students are safe. Secondly, I want to remind us that when the buses are stopped and their stop signs and lights are activated, we want traffic to stop in both directions to allow time for students to cross the street to keep them safe. The other thing I want to talk about is our school campuses. It's important to remember that during school, campuses are closed to the general public, as well as the playgrounds and facilities, while school is in session. This also includes Sullivan Field and the Sullivan Field parking lot. We want to make sure that school is meant for just school hours and school staff. Please check in with the staff regularly if you're going to be planning on visiting our campuses. We have a long history at Los Alamos to have amazing school resource officers. These officers are there to provide an atmosphere of safety and security for our students and faculty, but they're also there to foster positive relationships with students. So we use our school resource officers just to ensure that everything is safe in our schools. The other thing I'd like to direct our community to is on the losalamos.schools.net website. If you click on the Safety and Wellness section, you will see that there's the See Something, Say Something app. This app is a great tool to report anything that has to do with safety, whether it's bullying or whether it's a suspicious person on campus or anything you think is safety related for our schools. Please use this app to report any suspicious behavior so that we can work in concert with the Los Alamos Public Schools to make sure everyone is safe. And that's the final message that I have for you today, and I just want to make sure that we have a safe and fun school year, and go Toppers.
Hi, I'm Curtis Christensen, Managing Director of the Los Alamos Program Management Office here at TechSource. TechSource is honored to have the opportunity to support Hilltoppers basketball. We are part of the Lab's Triad team working towards mission delivery, and we are part of the community right here, living the example that it is team that gets it done. To borrow some of the famous Coach Wooden's words, the main ingredient to winning is team. All the team. The players that listen, push, and focus during practice, the support from the bench, and those 5 on the court. Los Alamos is a special community. We count ourselves lucky to be able to have the opportunity to support its people, events, and organizations. Good luck today. Go Toppers.
Join the University of New Mexico Los Alamos for the exceptional education. Join us for the small class sizes. Join us for the quality faculty and staff who are dedicated to your success. Whatever your reason for joining us, start here, go anywhere. Go Hilltoppers.
bear neighbors and our human neighbors as safe as possible. Good luck, toppers, on your season.
Well, hi, everybody, and welcome once again to Griffith Gymnasium. And tonight it will be a non-district contest between the St. Pius Sartans of Albuquerque, an old rival, and I mean a rival in everything. And they'll go up against the Lady Hilltoppers. Both of these teams have good record. In fact, they're about the same. Hilltoppers are 15-6. They're 5-0 in their district. They're in District 2. Both these teams are in Class 4A. And the St. Pius Sartans, close by Bree Road. They are 15-5. So we're at 15-6. They're 15-5. They're 5-0 in their district. They're in District 5, 4A. And they have teams like Highland and Valencia. But right now, they're the leading team in that district, and Los Alamos the leading team in this district. So this is kind of an interclass, interdistrict contest. As the Hilltoppers coming into the ball game tonight, let's see, they have just been on a tear, and of course the last ball game was down at Milwaukee in and it started off like gangbusters. It looked like the Toppers were going to completely run away from it. But then the Marcus Ortiz, the head coach, they made some changes, and they came out with a different lineup. And then that did make quite a difference for the Sartans as they were able to get back into the ball game. And Hilltoppers had built up a pretty good lead, about a 14-point lead. At one point, the Sartans, the Hillcats had cut it down to about 4, but then the Hilltoppers won it going away. But this game was supposed to start at 6 o'clock. And when we got here, they said, well, it's been delayed till 6:30. So we set things up for 6:30, and then at 6, and then about 6 o'clock, they started running the warm-up clock for 15 minutes. Then we were informed it was going to start at 6:15, so that's where we are. This is Gene Martinson, and my good buddy Mike May not able to make it here tonight. Not feeling all that great, so Mike, I hope you feel better soon. Anyway, I missed you when you're not here, man. So anyway, right now, Maury Pongratz is making all the necessary pregame speech and announcements, and so he's done. So we're ready for the national anthem. That concludes the national anthem. They must have played it on somebody's iPad because, I mean, you could barely hear it. So, anyway, but this should be a pretty good ball game. These are two good teams, and of course, St. Pius and Los Alamos may have a long history. They've been in the district together. They've been out of the district together. Been back in the district together, and so we'll try to pick up the starting lineups as we can here. So for the Sartans, let's see. Well, we'll have to get them as we go. Hilltoppers will probably start their normal starting lineup. It'll be Sofia Trujillo. She is a 5'4" senior or sophomore, and then Abby Martinez, a 5'5" junior. Caitlin Gigi Romero, a 5'8" sophomore, and then Carly Holland, a 5'4" senior, and then underneath Tara McDonald, a 5'10" senior. And so the Sartans, let's see, they're going to start Mary Freeze. She's I don't have any heights on these girls, but she's a pretty tall girl. She'll also be followed by Alyssa May. She is a junior. Marisol Valdez, a senior. And a girl has been playing for him for a while, Reagan Morgan. She is finally a senior, and see if I can pick up the final girl here. And it's going to be Desiree Ortiz. So that's the starting lineup for the Sartans. Monday night basketball, not a very big crowd here. It didn't look like there's hardly anybody here from St. Pius. And so right now it's going to be Desiree Ortiz, and she's going to jump up against Michelle Macias. So Macias gets it over to Gigi Romero. Romero has her pass knocked out of bounds by Bella Candelaria. So I'm not sure if I have this starting my Michelle Macias started in place of Tara McDonald. I'm not sure what's going up. Tara's on the bench, so I'm not sure what the situation that is. Hilltoppers now get it into Michelle Macias. She goes up. Her shot is off. Rebound is going to come down to Marisol Valdez. She'll bring it up in a hurry. She's going to go to the point. She'll bring it to the right wing to Bella Candelaria. Candelaria wants to shoot the three. Up and in. Boy, nice looking shot by the sophomore. Wow. I mean, that was pretty as it can get, the form, everything. It didn't hardly rattle the net. Hilltoppers in a hurry. Here comes Sophia Trujillo. And right now the Sartans in a girl-to-girl defense. Hilltoppers with the pick and roll. They get it to Gigi Romero. Her shot is off. Rebound is going to come down to this time now to Alyssa Mays. She's going to put up the shot right away. Rebound comes down to Gigi Romero. Romero quickly down the floor to Michelle Macias. She lays it in for two. So nice pass that time from Gigi Romero up to Michelle, and the 5'10" senior leads off the scoring for Los Alamos. 3-2 ball game right now as they'll bring it over now once again to Alyssa Mays. I think she was Bella Candelaria, but actually that is Melissa Mays. She's the one that scored the 3-point basket. Sorry about that. Anyway, so heading to the basket, wide open. It misses an easy shot. Rebound comes down to Mary Freeze, the big girl and I don't have the height, but she's got to be at least 6 feet or more. 6'1" on that order, and now Pius just simply throws the ball out of bounds. So they threw it down to the baseline. There wasn't anybody there. So full court press now by the Sartans. Sartans coached by Bree Road, and Hilltoppers, of course, coached by Ray Romero. Hilltoppers now have a 2-on-1, and they're going to bounce it over to Carly Holland so first the pass went down to Gigi Romero, and they had a 2-on-1, and Gigi got it over to Carly. Carly lays it in for two. That makes it a 4-3 ball game. On the dribble this time, Catalina Anaya. Anaya going to get it down over to Alyssa Mays. Mays, she's the one who wanted to shot the three-pointer. Going to dump it off. Going to Marisol Valdez. And the Sartans win a timeout. Bree Road not happy with what she is seeing out there. So right now the Hilltoppers leading 4-3 here in this contest. As Michelle Macias, and both of these on a couple of nice fast breaks, as Gigi Romero got it down to Michelle Macias, and then once again Gigi Romero coming down on a 2-on-1, dumps it over to Carly Holland, makes it now a 4-3 ball game. And that first basket, which I gave to Bella Candelaria, was Alyssa Mays, and she was listed as a starter. I didn't have Bella listed as a starter. And right now, let's see, Tara McDonald's still on the bench. So the normal starting lineup that I told you that what it was going to be, I thought it was going to be. But anyway, Michelle Macias starts in front, plays Tara McDonald coming out of the timeout to get it to Alyssa Mays and heading to the basket. And boy, I'm telling you, having great position that time. I mean, perfect position was Abby Martinez. And boy, that right down the Reagan Morris just ran right down the side of the lane, just ran right into her. And boy, I mean, that is charging. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that, but they're going to give the foul to Abby. That's going to make it one ball underneath. They get it once again to. So Desiree Ortiz gets the ball underneath, and she lays it in for two. Makes it now a 5-4 ball game. Battle for it right now. And we're going to have a personal foul, and this one's going to go to the Sardins, Catalina Anaya. And so that'll be her first. That's the first team foul. Hilltoppers will inbound it right in front. It'll be St. Pius bench. They bring it into the backcourt, which, of course, is totally legal. And they get it now over to Sophia Trujillo. Trujillo will hand it off right now to Gigi Ortiz. She gets the screen, going to pull up, gets it back to Sophia. So Trujillo on the move, loses the handle. Gets it over to Abby Martinez, underneath to Charlie Holland. So they tried to come over and double team Abby Martinez. So Carly just took off to the basket. Beautiful pass from Abby. And Carly, all she had to do was lay it in. Makes it a 6-5 ball game. Comes now over to Alyssa Mays. And then underneath, they get it to Catalina Anaya. Anaya, the sophomore, puts it in. So now it's a 7-6 ball game as they've been trading baskets. The only difference is that one of the baskets for the Sardins came from the three-point line. Carly Holland picks up her dribble, top of the key, gets it to Abby Martinez. She goes down to the wing, and then she's immediately double teamed. So right now they're in that girl-to-girl defense, and they're doing a lot of switching. So Carly Holland on the dribble, and picking her up is Reagan Morris. They're going to get it now to Abby Martinez. Her three-point shot is going to go long. Rebound come down to Sophia Trujillo all the way in the corner on the right side. The shot was taken from the left side. And Sophia Trujillo almost has her pocket pick, gets it now to Gigi Romero, over to Carly Holland. Holland, they tried to go pick and roll. Didn't work that time. Abby Martinez puts the ball on the floor, gets a screen from Michelle Macias, gets into a lot of traffic and a lot of trouble. Finally able to get it to Gigi Romero. Romero pulls up, gets it now out on top to Carly Holland. Holland's going to go right down the middle. Beautiful move by Carly Holland. Whoa, Carly right down the middle of the lane in traffic. And then she just came up and put that thing right off of the backboard in. And he has 6 of the 8 points for Los Alamos. Comes out over now to Reagan Morris. Morris going to cut to the basket, and she travels and she gets caught. Lord, she had a wide open shot at the basket. She made a little cut to the basket, got a perfect pass, couldn't hang on, bobbled it a little, and then ended up called for the travel. And I mean, she would have just laid it right in there. Michelle Macias checks out for Los Alamos. Coming into the ballgame is Catherine Trujillo, a 5'8" senior. Full court press. And also into the ballgame for the Hilltoppers right now is Caitlin Velarde. So Velarde going to get it now to Sophia Trujillo. Trujillo, and she tries to pass it back out to Catherine Trujillo. And this one is intercepted. And by Bella Candelaria. Candelaria with it is going to hand it over to Marisol Valdez. Valdez still doing a lot of dribbling, brings it out on top to Alyssa Mays. Alyssa back over to, and now the Elena Valdez, who has checked in, gets the pass, and she hands it over now to Bella Candelaria. So right now the Hilltoppers coming right down the baseline on the left side. And that was Bella Candelaria. making it a 9-8 ball game. As the Hilltopper defense was looking pretty good, and I was just about to mention that. Sorry. Just about to mention that when the shot Hilltoppers get it to Sophia Trujillo cutting down the lane. She puts up a little floater. It's too short. It's the front of the rim. Inside it comes, and a nice little turnaround shot. Up this time by Desiree Ortiz. She gets her own rebound. 3-point shot from way outside. That's going to be off. Rebound comes down to Carly Holland. Hilltoppers on the run. Carly and she got it over to Caitlin Valdez. Valdez had an easy layup, put it up too hard off the glass. Rebound comes down to Marisol Valdez. Valdez will bring it up to court. The Hilltoppers also in a girl-to-girl defense in this ball game. As they get it now over to Marisol Valdez. Valdez to Bella Candelaria. Candelaria has her pocket picked by Carly Holland. Gets it up to Gigi Romero. Gigi up and in. So Gigi just pulled up from about 8 feet out and then put it off the glass and in. So Gigi picks up her first 2 points of the ball game, and the Hilltoppers go up 10-9. Trying to go for the steal, Gigi Romero. And getting away from her was Alyssa Mays. Mays puts up a shot, bounces around forever. It finally drops out, and then it goes off the hands of Desiree Ortiz, who is trying to grab it. We have some more. Let's see, some more substitutions now for Ray Romero. And Tara McDonald still on the bench for the Hilltoppers. They'll try to pick up the lineup as we go. Caitlin Valdez, as the pass comes up down. As into the ball game comes Olivia Martinez. So I'll try to set things as I can. So there is the buzzer, and I think, do we have a foul? I'm not sure. Yes, we do. Abigail Martinez heading down the left side of the lane. As she goes up with a left-handed shot, she's fouled. No, they pull everything, and that ended the quarter. So they pull everybody off the line, and so Abby's all up there all by herself, and she's going to shoot 2. So Abby ready, and misses the first. All out there all by her lonesome. Entire focus of the gym right now on Abby. So Abby puts the second shot up. This one also good. Also bounces out. So the Hilltoppers come up with 5 field goals and no 3-pointers, and they're over 2 from the free throw line for their 10 points, and no free throws for the Sartans, and they have 4 field goals, and one of those a 3-pointer, and that was the opening basket of the ball game by Alyssa Mays. So 10-9 right now. The Hilltoppers leading by 1 here, and it's very important. It's an important contest because down the road when they start looking at the seedings and stuff and trying to decide who's good and who isn't, or who's better and who isn't, a victory over the Sartans would be a big, big victory for Los Alamos right now as they lead 10-9 here in this first period, and then they'll have essentially the rest of the week off, and then they'll be back here at Griffith Gymnasium on Friday night. And the Espanola Valley Sun Devils will come to town, the Lady Sun Devils. And then on Saturday, the boys will go to Espanola to take on the Sun Devils. The boys lost, of course, losing to the Sun Devils on a shot at the buzzer, and I mean at the buzzer. So the Pius will inbound it to start things off. As they bring it inside now to Marisol Valdez. Marisol is going to bring it over now to Desiree Ortiz, or Ortiz back to Marisol. They get it to Bella Candelaria underneath and trying to put the shot up, but right there. And then the pass is picked off by Caitlin Velarde. Velarde over to Gigi Romero. Romero goes up, misses the shot. Rebound comes down to Caitlin Velarde, and she tries to pop it back out to Abby Martinez. Abby can't do it in time, and it goes goes out of bounds into deep court, deep back court. No press being put on by Los Alamos. So now checking into the ball game, here comes Sophia Trujillo. She'll replace Gigi Romero, and then now Tara McDonald into the ball game. So for some reason, I guess Tara had to sit out a quarter. Who knows? 10-9 right now. We're just underway here in the second quarter. Comes out on top to Desiree Ortiz. Ortiz get it to Marisol Valdez. Pass is deflected, but it comes right to Desiree Ortiz. Ortiz hands it over now to Alyssa Mays. Mays, the three-point shooter. I was watching her before the game. And so we're going to have another blocking foul as Marissa Mays. She just crams into. I mean, she just comes right down the lane and just runs over Abby. Abby, that's the second time now that Abby's been. I mean, it's a charge. There's no question it's a charge, but they're blocking foul in both cases, and they're going to give a free throw to Alyssa Mays, and she puts up the first. And so Alyssa at the line misses the first, and so she'll shoot one more. Has 3 points in the ball game. She had a three-pointer. I was watching her before the ball game. She was just standing around there, just practicing nothing but 15-footers from the free throw line. In very nice form. She's a good shooter, and this one's nothing but net. So it's a 10-10 ball game right now. 6:55 to go. Caitlin Velarde will bring it up, and still in the backcourt. They finally bring it across Tara McDonald. They overthrow Tara, and the loose ball is picked up by Alyssa Mays. Mays will bring it up the floor. 10-10 ball game. Mays starts to go down the lane, cut off nicely by Carly Holland. And so she'll bring it back out on top to Reagan Morris. Morris bounces it over to Desiree Ortiz. Desiree gets it to Alyssa. Alyssa's going to try to take it in. She's cut off by Tara McDonald. Can't go anywhere, so they hand it over to Marisol Valdez. Valdez will give it to Alyssa Mays. Mays dribbles out near the half-court circle. So the Hilltoppers in that girl-to-girl defense. And right now it comes to Marisol Valdez. They'll come over to the right wing. Reagan Morris, Michelle Macias seals it away. Two-handed pass down to Carly Holland, and Holland just lays it in. Boy, beautiful steal and assist by Michelle Macias. Boy, I mean, that was pretty. Michelle she just picked her pocket, picked it up, and a two-handed overhead pass down to Carly Holland, and Holland goes in and lays it in for two. So the Carly right now with 8 points in the ball game, and so she has 8 of the 12. The other 4 coming, 2 from Gigi Romero and 2 from Michelle Macias, and we have a full timeout out here taken, and by Bree Rhodes, I know took the first one, and I'm not sure who ended up taking this one, but it's another full timeout. 12-10, Hilltoppers lead by 2. As it was a 10-9 ball game at the end of the first quarter. Sutton so far and has scored one free throw here in this second quarter. And in this second quarter, at this point, we have it exactly 2 minutes gone. Exactly 2. 6:00 on the clock. Full court press by Los Alamos to get it into Alyssa Mays. Mays almost has her ball stolen away, and then down the floor, almost throw it out of bounds, but they do. Reagan Morris saves it back in. She puts up the 3. Rebound comes down to Carly Holland, and point out, I mean, it looked like the start of a marathon. Every girl down the floor was running next to each other. Carly Holland, 3-point shot, bounces around, comes off, rebound down to Desiree Ortiz. Desiree. Up the floor it comes, and cutting to the basket, Desiree Ortiz. She has the ball stripped away, and I think that was Michelle Macias stripping it away and came right to Caitlin Valdez, to Caitlin Velarde. Velarde gets it to Carly Holland now to Michelle Messia. She tries to get it into Tara McDonald. The ball's on the floor. We're going to have a held ball. That'll go to Los Alamos. So the Hilltoppers will have it. And now Gigi Romero comes back into the ball game, replacing Caitlin Bollardi. We have Carly Holland and Sophia Trujillo and Michelle Macias, Tara McDonald, and then just checking in for Los Alamos, Gigi Romero checking back in. Gigi going to put up a little 15-footer. Oh, nice looking jump shot from the right of the lane. And so Gigi puts in for two, and the Hilltoppers now lead 14-10. Pass underneath, wide open, and an easy basket that time. And that one should be going to Catalina Anaya. So Anaya picks up the two, and that makes it 14-12. Gigi Romero with it. Down to the baseline, puts it up, hits the side of the backboard. Rebound comes down to the Sartans quickly down the floor comes Catalina Anaya. She gets out on top. 3-point shot taken by Reagan Morris. That's off. Rebound comes down to Carly Holland. She'll get it over to Sophia Trujillo. Trujillo across the timeline. 4 minutes to go here in this first half of play. 3-point shot by Carly. Good. Carly Holland cans a 3-pointer. And so right now she's got 11 points in this ball game. 11 of the 17 for Los Alamos as the Hilltoppers now lead by 5, 17-12. They get it underneath now to Desiree Ortiz, and Desiree puts it in for her 4th point. And full court press by the Hilltoppers and by the Sartans, and that's just going to leave. Well, it looked like it was going to leave Gigi Romero wide open to go to the basket, but she gets too far behind the basket, goes up with a shot, hits the side of the backboard. 3-point shot put up this time by Bella Candelaria. This is off. Alyssa Mays gets a rebound, and she'll hand it back up to Catalina Anaya. So St. Pius now working against the girl-to-girl defense of Los Alamos. They'll bring it over to Catalina Anaya. Anaya back over now to Marisol Valdez. So the Hilltoppers in that girl-to-girl doing pretty good. Comes to Reagan Moore. Comes to Bella Candelaria. Bella bounces over to Marisol Valdez. Valdez trying to get it underneath and they do get it. They get it into Alyssa Mays. And Alyssa, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Alyssa kind of backed into Sophia Trujillo. Anyway, Sophia went down, so it was an easy basket for Alyssa. It makes it now 17-16. So 4 unanswered points for the Sartans as they come up with 7 points so far in this quarter, and the Hilltoppers coming also up with 7. So it was a 10-9 ball game at the end of the first quarter at 17-16 right now as Los Alamos takes a 30-second timeout. And so Ray Romero, he still has 4 timeouts, and the Sartans, let's see, I think they've used 2 full. But they have 2 timeouts left. The Hilltoppers have 4 timeouts. They have 3 timeouts left. Hilltoppers have 4 timeouts left. Full court press by the Sartans. 2:37 to go here in the first half. Inside it comes to Gigi Romero. Back to Sophia Trujillo. Long pass down the floor to Carly Holland. Holland pulls up. She's going to dribble now out near the half-court circle. Dribbles it off her leg. And the loose ball is going to be picked up by Bella Candelaria. And so now we're going to have a personal foul go. This is going to go to Sophia Trujillo. That's her first. That's the 3rd team foul. 2 team fouls have been called on the Sartans, 3 on Los Alamos. And we have 2 minutes to go here in this first half, 17-16 ball game. Los Alamos up by 1. It should have been a travel call, but they did not call it on Elena Valdez. Valdez is going to bring it out on top. Now Alyssa Mays gets the screen, trying to come around, shooting over Tara McDonald, and she puts it in. Well, nice. So she's right now she has 8 points in the ball game, and the Titans take the lead 18-17. Biggest lead in this ball game has been 5. Hilltoppers were up 17-12, but right now 6 unanswered points for Los Alamos. They get it to Tara McDonald. McDonald over to Carly Holland. Holland will hand it to Michelle Macias underneath to Tara. Tara starts to go up, has the ball knocked out of her hand. Loose ball picked up by Bella Candelaria of the Sartans. Minute 20 to go here in the first half. They bring it up now to Alyssa Mays. Mays over to Marisol Valdez. Marisol dribbles out near the half-court circle. 1:10 to go here in the first half of play. 1-point ball game. Hilltoppers trailing 18-17. They bring it now over to Marisol Valdez. Valdez tries to pass inside to Alyssa Mays. This is knocked out of bounds by Gigi Romero. Caitlin Velarde will check in for Los Alamos and replace Tara McDonald. So it'll be inbounded by the Sartans under their own basket baseline right. Alyssa Mays takes the ball from the official, brings it out to Marisol Valdez. Valdez dribbles into the free throw circle, hands it off, is going to get it over now to Bella Candelaria. She almost had the ball stolen by Carly Holland. If she'd have taken one more dribble, Carly would have had it perfectly. But she stopped her dribble, turned around, gets it to Alyssa Mays. Mays gets the screen, and they bring it over in the corner. Can't do anything with it, so they bring it now to Bella Candelaria. She gets it to Marisol Valdez. Marisol Valdez now directing traffic. Tells Alyssa Mays to head under the basket. Comes now over to Bella Candelaria. Candelaria underneath to Mays. That's what they want. She puts the shot up. It's off. Hilltoppers is going to go out of bounds off of the Hilltoppers. 14 seconds remain here in the first half. 18-17 ball game. St. Pius up by 1 as they'll inbound it. Bring into Alyssa Mays, and she was out of bounds. She jumps in. They get the ball underneath. Now it's going to go to Elena Valdez, and Elena Valdez puts it in for 2 and makes it 20-17. But Alyssa Mays, she passed the ball in, and then they passed it back to her. And then she jumped across the timeline and caught the ball. And you can't do that. You got to have to. She was not established in the court, but no call by the official. But that will bring this first half to a close as Hilltoppers trailing by 3 right now to the Sartans. 17-20 as the Hilltoppers came up with 10 points. The Sartans came up with 11. And so it's 7-11. So the Hilltoppers had they've been outscored an 8-point run right now for the Sartans because the Hilltoppers led in that second quarter 17-5. They now find themselves down by 3 at the end of the half. And let's see if we can figure out the scoring here as Bella Campbell. Let's see, Alyssa Mays leading the way for the Sartans. She has 2, 4, 5, 8. She has 8 points in the ball game, and she's followed by Catalina Naya with 4, and Desiree Ortiz has 4, and Elena Valdez has 2, and Bella Candelaria has 2. So that's 20 points. So it's they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls scoring for St. Pius. And so for the Hilltoppers, they led by Carly Hall, and she has 11 points. And she led the way for the Hilltoppers. She was followed by Gigi Romero with 4, and then Michelle Macias has 2. So only 3 girls scored for Los Alamos, but not an explosive first half by any means. As the Hilltoppers come up with 17, and the Sartans come up with 20. So 11-7 the first quarter. It was won by Los Alamos 10-9. Second quarter won by St. Pius 11-7. And let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to see what the field goal situation is here. Fine. Oh, and they are 1 for 2. So if I am right, it's yes, I am. 9 field goals for the Sartans. One of those a 3-pointer, and that was the first score of the ball game by Alyssa Mays. And they are 1 for 2 from the free throw line for their 20 points. For the Hilltoppers, they came up with no free throws in that second quarter, and they missed 2 in the first quarter. So they're 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And right now they have 8 field goals, and one of those is a 3-pointer for their 17 points. So, and both teams, interestingly enough, have been playing a girl-to-girl defense. That's a lot of times they switch around, but the defense has done a good job on both sides for both teams. So Bree Rowe decided to go with girl. So did Ray Romero. He's been substituting fairly freely. He did not start Tara McDonald. He started Michelle Macias in her place. Tara had to sit out the first quarter. Sometimes they do that. I don't know if you miss a practice or something. I don't know. At least, anyway, they have these rules that sometimes I wonder about. But anyway, but Tara did come in to start the second quarter. But Carly Holland has been the young lady that's been on fire for Los Alamos. And Gigi Romero has only 4 points in the ball game, but she's got a number of assists. And so she's always a threat. Michelle Macias played a really good defensive game for Los Alamos, defensive and rebounding. So good job by Michelle. And so Michelle Macias, good floor game right now. She had a couple of nice steals, and she had that really nice pass down the floor and to Gigi Romero, and two-handed over the head pass down the floor, and she was about 10 feet from the baseline in St. Pius territory. Boy, she heaved that thing down the floor to Gigi, and so where Gigi lays it in for 2. So now the girls are going to be, as I said before, the girls. This is a crazy week because they have this Monday night game. We rarely have Monday night games. It's and then interestingly enough, we did have a Monday night game last week when the girls played Rio Rancho, and winning that ball game on a buzzer shot right at the end of the game by Carly Holland, a 3-pointer to give the Hilltoppers a 1-point victory. And that was right after the Hilltopper boys had lost to Espanola boys on a buzzer shot. And I mean that one at Espanola, if he'd had that ball in his hands for another half second, it would have been too late. I mean, he got it off he had no time to spare to get that shot off, but he got it off. And so when we had to time out the other night against the girls, I was telling Mike Mays, I said, well, what we need is an Espanola finish. And so anyway, and that's exactly what we got. So this is Gene Mortensen, and my good buddy Mike Mays couldn't make it here tonight, so feeling a little bit under the weather, Mike. So, well, you got to take care of yourself, man. So, but I miss you. It's always nice to like good radio partner, and has been for quite a while. So, anyway, and then of course John McHale and Nathan Limbach, they do well, it wasn't for those two guys, we wouldn't be doing this at all. They got together with Carol Clark and worked this thing out. I want to really thank Carol Clark for helping us, for making all this possible. She opened up turns out that the Daily Post has their own YouTube channel, so we use that YouTube channel. So the audio comes over the YouTube channel, and then on the video that you see, those are pictures that are being taken by John McHale and Nate Limback, and they can immediately send those pictures to the YouTube channel. So all this wonderful modern technology. So, but I want to thank Carol Clark once again to making all this possible. Otherwise, after the demise of KRSN, we thought we were done. I thought my broadcasting career was over. But Carol Clark got together with Nate Limback, John McHale, and they saved the day. And then, of course, the rest of our crew, we have Charlene McHale sitting back in her fancy suite at home. But she keeps things going for us. She's like the radio engineer, I guess if you'd call it. We have about 2 minutes to go. But what I was talking about too was that this has been a strange week. It's like Monday. We rarely see a Monday night game, but we've had 2 back-to-back Monday nights, which is strange. But now the Hilltopper girls, they're off for the rest of the week. So they play on Monday and get the rest of the week off until Friday night. And then Friday night, an important ball game as the Espanola Valley Lady Sun Devils come to Los Alamos. And that will be a 7 o'clock game. And so and then the Hilltopper boys, and that's going to be a big one. You got to come out here and support these girls, but if you can't make it, be sure to tune in to the YouTube channel, the Daily Post YouTube channel, and then that game is supposed to start at 7 normal time. And yesterday, well, let's see, it was Saturday night was the game. We covered 4 games last week, and anyway, we had too many commitments on Saturday. It had been a busy week for all of us. So Rio Rancho came to town. The Rio Rancho boys. We didn't cover that game, but it's Rio Rancho boys took our boys to the woodshed, I guess you'd say, and they. I think pretty sure the final score was 93-51. Something on that order, but it was all Rio Rancho, and so the Hilltopper boys will be in action again on Saturday, so they get an entire week off also, and so they'll be back on action on Saturday, and that will be in Espanola. So on Friday, the Espanola girls come here, and on Saturday, the boys go to Espanola, and to start the second half, the possession will go to the Sartans, leading 20-17 over Los Alamos as they bring it in out to Marisol Valdez. Marisol bringing over to Bella Candelaria. Candelaria just to the left of the key. Out at the top of the key as they're moving it right now. They're Hilltopper is still in that girl-to-girl defense. 3-point shot on the way. That's good. And that's just like the one that she started the ball game with. Just perfect form and perfect shot. And those things go through there, and they barely rattle the net. It's amazing. So right now we're having Desiree Ortiz something. I guess when she was going for the rebound, she must have twisted her ankle or something. She's not putting anything on her left, any strength at all on her left foot, and it looks like it's an ankle. So she comes out of the ball game, and so coming in for her will be Macy Freeze. Macy, big girl, and so Hilltopper's inbound it. They're going to bring it up now to Michelle Macias. Macias gets away with a travel, picks it up, gets it over to Sofia Trujillo, and Trujillo on the baseline, a little 10-footer from Sofia, and she starts things off in scoring for Los Alamos and makes it now 23-19. Comes over to Alyssa Mays. And Mays, that 3-point shot, if she's open, she's deadly with it. I'm watching her practice it before the game, and she's got great form, and boy, those shots when they go through that net, it's amazing. Michelle Macias tries to scoop it in to Gigi Romero, picked off by Marisol Valdez. Marisol's going to go all the way, puts it up too hard off the glass. Hilltoppers have a 3-0 fast break, and Gigi Romero puts it in for Los Alamos. So the Hilltoppers, after that missed shot by Marisol Valdez, everybody was underneath for St. Pius. Hilltopper just turned around and took off. And they just had a wave of white going down the court, and they got it to Gigi Romero, and so Gigi just laid it in for two. Pretty easy when you have a 3-0 fast break, but that makes it now 23-21. So the Hilltoppers now have got the biggest lead for the Hilltoppers with 5 when they were up 17-12 in the second quarter, but then 8 straight points for the Sartans to make it 2017 at the end of the half. But right now the Hilltoppers have closed that gap a little. Well, it was down by 3. They've closed the gap to 2. Well, 1 point at a time, I guess. So anyway, 23-21. And it'll be inbounded by the Sartans under the Hilltopper basket. No press being put on by Los Alamos. So they'll just let Marisol Valdez, the senior, looks like she's about 5'4", 5'5". They try to get it underneath, picked off by Tara McDonald. McDonald's going to bring it up to Carly Holland. Hilltopper's on the run. Carly pulls up. She's going to wait. Now Carly will go to the point for Los Alamos. Gets it to Tara McDonald. McDonald hands it to Carly. And Carly puts it up, rolls around, and drops off. Boy, nice little shot by Carly. She got robbed. And so coming down the floor now is Alyssa Mays. Mays dribbles between her legs. She's going to take it straight down, puts it up. And she thought she was fouled. Long pass down the floor comes to Sofia Trujillo. Trujillo, they overthrow her. She tries to save it back in. She does save it back in, but it comes right to Marisol Valdez of the Sartans. Alyssa Mays is bringing it over now to Reagan Morris. Morris picks up her dribble, and she's immediately accosted by Abby Martinez. Abby with the 2 personal fouls in this ballgame. Hilltoppers only have 3. They get it to Reagan Morris out on top, and I thought she was going to shoot a 3. And that was Bella Candelera. She bounces underneath. Pass is picked off by Gigi Romero. Long pass down the floor by Gigi Abby Martinez. And now she overthrows Abby. So the Hilltoppers. So now Ray Romero is out there just gesturing to Gigi to Gigi baseballed it. And he's gesturing to put some arch on it. So anyway, 5:15 to go here in the third quarter. St. Pius with it. Alyssa Mays, leading scorer. She has 11 points right now, and she's tied with Carly Holland. Nice move by Marisol Valdez as she gets it to Macy Freeze. Freeze wide open in the lane, misses the shot. Gigi Romero, wow! Gigi Romero fakes the hand, fakes the pass across the lane, keeps it herself, comes in from the left side, and puts it in for her 8th point. Makes it a 23-23 ball game. Marisol Valdez with it. Out on the dribbles. Going to bring it over on the left side to Elena Valdez. Valdez back to Alyssa Mays. Long pass underneath to Macy Freeze. Freeze wide open. Misses the shot. But right there, Desiree Ortiz right there to put it back in. So the Hilltoppers now bringing it up down by 2 in a hurry. I think Desiree, was she the young lady that left with the ankle? Not sure what's going on. Sophia Trujillo picks up her dribble. Can't find anybody. Finally gets it to inside to Gigi Romero. Now they bring it out on top to Sophia. Now to Gigi. Over to Abby Martinez. Martinez coming down the left side, coming down the left baseline, goes up with that left-handed shot, and she's hit. She'll go to the free throw line. A personal foul will go to Alyssa Mays. That's her second, and that is the That is the first team foul. Only 2 team fouls were called on Pius in the first half. 3 team fouls called on Los Alamos in the first half. So they haven't been and it hasn't been a really physical game. Abby Martinez at the free throw line for Los Alamos. She was there in the first quarter, and she missed both of them. This one she puts in. She'll shoot one more with 3:50 remaining here in the third quarter. Abby Martinez. Hilltoppers down by 1. She can tie the score. So Abby puts it up, and this one's going to come off. Rebound comes down to Desiree Ortiz. She'll get it to the point guard, Marisol Valdez. Marisol will bring it up across the timeline. And Abby Martinez, they were trying to get the pass to Desiree Ortiz, and Desiree's limping again. And so Desiree now is going to get it to Macy Freeze. Spin move by Macy, and that rolls around and comes out. But Desiree Ortiz obviously limping once again. And they have to wait for Macy to shoot 2 free throws. That's ridiculous because you have an injured player out there. It's just time to get her out of the ball game. But coming in for her will be Catalina Anaya. And the problem is if she can come in now before she shoots the second one. So Desiree now limping out on her own. And she'll head to the bench once again. So she came out, went back in, actually came back in and scored. And then now she's limping again. Macy Freeze misses the first. And so she'll shoot one more. This one is off. Rebound is going to come down to Sofia Trujillo. Sofia Trujillo on the dribble. We have a little pick and roll to Gigi Romero. And Gigi runs into a triple team. And they just rip the ball out of her hands. And they call a foul on Alyssa Mays. That's her third, but there's no way in the world that was a foul. Hilltoppers inbound it to Gigi Romero, 3-point shot. That's going to be short. Tara McDonald with the rebound brings it out to Gigi on top. Gigi, top of the key, brings it over to Caitlin Velarde. She'll hand it to Sofia Trujillo. Hilltoppers trail by 1. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. And Sofia Trujillo finally gets it over to Gigi Romero. He'll come to Abby Martinez. Abby, they start to go with the give and go. The ball is slapped into the backcourt. Sofia Trujillo picks it up. All over her is Catalina Anaya. Anaya going to hand it over, gets it into, well, let's see. Sophia got it into Tara McDonald. Tara tried to get it back to Sophia. Sophia couldn't hang on. So Abby Martinez checks out of the ball game. So right now we have Sofia Trujillo, Kerry Holland, Gigi Romero, Tara McDonald, and Caitlin Velarde. Comes right now. Pass underneath. Alyssa Mays. And she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. She was one for 2 from the free throw line in the second quarter. And that personal foul will go to Caitlin Velarde. That's going to be her first. And that is the second team foul on Los Alamos. And Alyssa Mays at the free throw line. And she was shooting those before the game, and she wasn't missing anything. That right now she goes up there and she misses the first, so she's now actually 1 for 3 from the free throw line. She'll shoot one more. Has 11 points in the ballgame. Misses the second one. Hilltoppers on the run, and here comes Carly Holland down the floor. Picks up her dribble, gets it to Gigi Romero. She'll hand it over now to Sofia Trujillo. Will run the point. Gets the screen from Gigi. Gets it now to Tara McDonald, over to Caitlin Velarde. Velarde puts a 3-point shot up. Rebound comes down to Carly Holland. Great rebound by Carly. It came out under the basket. Carly just ran under the basket and got it. Came out and gave it to Gigi Romero. Gigi takes it to the hole from the left side, and she's fouled. And that personal foul is going to go to Macy Freeze. Macy, that's her. And that's Maisie's first. That's the third team foul. And Gigi Romero at the free throw line. Hands the first one. So she now has 9 points in the ball game. So she's going for her 10th point right here. She gets that. So 10 points right now for Gigi, 11 for Carly Holland and the leading scorer. And they're tied up with Alyssa Mays, who also has 11. So they get it now to Alyssa Mays. Mays dribbles out near the half-court circle, brings it over on the right wing. Skip pass across, comes to Macy Freeze. Macy doesn't know what to do with it, so she's going to finally hand it off. Pass underneath is going to be blocked away. Ball's on the floor, and, well, we didn't. And we're going to have a personal foul. And I think they're going to charge, I think this is going to go. It's going to go to Caitlin Velarde for the block. So Caitlin was going for the ball. That's her second personal. That's a 13 foul. She was going for the ball, but they get it underneath right now to Macy Freeze, and Freeze puts in her first 2 points of the ball game. Makes it 27-26. And Hilltoppers coming down against the press. They get it up to Carly Holland, knocked out of bounds by Catalina Anaya. So it'll be inbounded right in front of the Hilltopper bench. They get it into Tara McDonald and Tara, and we're going to have a blocking foul. That's going to go to 11, and they ran the old crisscross. It's like I said the other day, I haven't seen forever, where you put the post up to center and then have the two guards normally. One guard goes to one side, the other cuts across the other side. Used to call it a crisscross. That was a big play in the 50s. Haven't seen much of that here in nowadays. But Hilltoppers, there was a personal foul, and that was charged to Marisol Valdez, her first. That's the fourth team foul. Hilltoppers inbound it, bring it into Sophia Trujillo with a minute to go. She's called for traveling. I have no idea where that came from, and neither does and that was Sophia Trujillo. Sophia can't figure out where that came from either. So Michelle Macias coming to the scorer's table, but we have 50 seconds to go. Marisol Valdez. It's a 27-26 ball game. Marisol Valdez, she's going to put up the shot. That's going to be off. Rebound comes down to Carly Holland. Holland with the rebound is falling out of bounds, and so she saves it back in. Carly Holland gets leveled, and the only thing that Carly Holland trying to go for the ball gets leveled, and when she came down hard. And so right now she's rubbing that left forearm. But anyway, all they called was the ball out of bounds on the Sartans. It's Carly Holland bringing it up for Los Alamos across the timeline. Gets it up to Sophia Trujillo. Trujillo, boy, nice little on the run, a little floater on the run. And she drops it in and makes it now 28-27. Hilltoppers up by 1 with 15 seconds to go. Comes to Bella Candelaria. Candelaria over to Reagan Morris. And Morris on the wing picks up her dribble, tries to get it underneath, and then heading down, trying to cut down the baseline with 1 second to go. And that was Bella Candelaria. She steps on the baseline. So the Hilltoppers 1.3 seconds. Ray Romero giving all kinds of instructions, but I can guarantee you they're not going to be able to do anything. Baseball pass is going to come down. 3-point shot and that one is, as the intercepted pass was by Reagan Morris. So the Hilltoppers were going to baseball it all the way down, but I think they needed a bigger girl. To Sophia Trujillo was trying to baseball it. I think they needed a bigger girl than Sophia to try to throw it that far. But anyway, the quarter comes to an end as the Hilltoppers take the lead, 28-27, as the Hilltoppers came up with 11 points, and the Sartans came up with let's see, was 7. The Hilltoppers were down by 3 at the half, outscore them by 4 in the fourth quarter. And so the Hilltoppers come up with 11 points, and the Sartans come up with 7. So it's now, and so right now we're looking at a 28-27 ball game. 1 point ball game right now so far. And so let's see. And then that Alyssa May, she picked up three more points in that quarter, so she went to 11 points. And let's see, Catalina and Desiree Ortiz, the girl who was injured and actually came back in and scored after she was injured. She ended up with 6 points. And then Elena Valdez with 2. And then Macy Freeze with 2. So anyway, the Hilltoppers will inbound it to start the fourth quarter. Caitlin Bellardi had a lot of trouble getting it in. And boy, we have a backcourt violation right off the bat as they passed it. And Abby Martinez was in the backcourt, and Sophia Trujillo was right near the timeline. So they passed it to Sophia into the backcourt. So she caught it in the front court and then ran into the backcourt. So they get the ball now under Bella Candelaria, and Candelaria picks up her 4th point of the ball game, steal by the Sartans. And Alyssa Mays makes a steal, and she puts it in for her 13th point. 31-28. Suddenly the Hilltoppers down by 3. Comes to Gigi Romero. They go with the pick and roll, and the pass from Gigi Romero to Michelle Macias. Not a good pass. Michelle can't get to it. It goes out of bounds. It heads out of bounds. It's the 31-28. We have 7:15 to go. 3-point lead for St. Pius right now. Marisol Valdez, she will bring it over now to Catalina Anaya. Anaya trying to get it underneath to Bella Candelaria, overthrows her. And so the Hilltoppers with 4 timeouts and the Sartans with 2. Full court press. Now they take off the press. Sophia Trujillo will bring it up. Waiting for her is Alyssa Mays. Mays gets the screen from Gigi. And Sophia can't do anything with it. So bring it over now to Caitlin Bellardi. And once again, they try the old pick and roll. Doesn't work so well. 3-point shot by Caitlin. Whoa. I mean, that thing went down, popped around inside the rim, and then finally popped out. I mean, she was robbed on that one, I guarantee you. 31-28. Comes now right over to Catalina Anaya. Anaya on the dribble, loses her dribble, finally gets it back, comes to Marisol Valdez. Valdez looked like she wanted to go to the hole. She cut off by Caitlin Bellardi. The Hilltoppers still in that girl-to-girl defense and doing a good job. Marisol Valdez has to finally back out near the half-court circle, hands it over to Alyssa Mays. Mays, top of the key. She hands it over now to Catalina Anaya. Underneath it goes to Mays. Mays gets it to Marisol Valdez. She starts to catch the ball, and it actually went between her legs, and she was able to turn around and grab it before it went out of bounds. So quickly the Sartans call a timeout, which should be a full. No, it's going to be a 30. So according to they have 1 left, and I don't know whether it's a full or a 30. And the Hilltoppers still with 4 timeouts left. 28-27 was the score at the end of the third quarter. The Hilltoppers have scored, and in this, it was 28-27. Los Alamos was up by 1. Hilltoppers now find themselves down by 3, as the Hilltoppers have not scored in this quarter, and the Sartans have come up with 4. Exactly 6 minutes to go once again. We had that out of the timeout a little while ago. The Sartans will inbound it in the front court. Over to Alyssa Mays, and cutting to the basket Well, nice job of cutting to the basket that time was Catalina Anaya, and she did a pretty job. And she got a great pass from Melissa Mays. So that makes it now a 5-point ball game. They bring it to Sophia Trujillo. Trujillo comes across the timeline, dribbles to the right wing, hands it over to Caitlin Velarde. Velarde picks up her dribble, tries to get it to Sophia Trujillo, throws it out of bounds. Hilltoppers right now pretty discombobulated. Carly Holland and Tara McDonald not in the ball game to start the quarter. Now they come into the ball game. So in the ball game, we have Caitlin Velarde and Carly Holland, Tara McDonald, and so Sophia Trujillo and Gigi Romero. Pass comes to Alyssa May. Gigi Romero on her. She brings it over to Catalina Anaya. Anaya is going to hand it over to Marisol Valdez. Valdez wanted to shoot the three, decided not to, gets it to Mays. Mays dishes it off in the corner. 3-point shot on the way. And, and we're going to, and I guess trying to set a screen. And shot was taken by taken by Bella Candelaria, and Alyssa Mays is going to be, I guess she was trying to set a screen because she leveled one of the Hilltoppers, but she now has 4 personal fouls. So I guess she was trying to set a screen, but way too late. She leveled the Hilltopper player, makes it now 33-28. Alyssa Mays, she's their spark plug. Hilltoppers inside. They're gonna, and Hilltoppers almost lose it out of bounds. They're able to try to get it over to Abby Martinez on the left wing, and is knocked out of bounds by St. Pius. Hilltoppers will inbound it with 4:47 remaining. Comes now to Gigi Romero. Hilltoppers have not scored in this quarter, and we've got over 3 minutes gone. Comes to Carly Holland. Holland going to dribble to the top of the key, still on the dribble. Going to hand it over now to Sophia Trujillo. 4.5 minutes to go. Sophia comes around the screen, has the ball knocked away from her. Tara McDonald wide open under the basket after the pass from Gigi Romero. So Tara McDonald picks up 2, and that makes it now a 33-30 ball game. 4:10 to go. Pass comes inside, knocked away by Tara. They were trying to get it to Macy Free. 3-point shot. Whoa! Up and in by Marisol Valdez. That's her only points of the ball game so far. 6-point lead now for St. Pius. Gigi Romero underneath to Tara McDonald, and she's pushed from behind by Macy Freeze. So Macy will pick up the personal. That'll be her second. And that's going to be the 15th foul. That's a shooting foul, and that'll put Tara on the free throw line. And Tara right now has 2 points in the ball game, and misses the first free throw. Makes it 36-30, 3:53 to go. And the Hilltoppers need all the points they got. They've only scored 2 points in this quarter, and we are over 4 minutes gone. And those 2 points came from Carrie Holland as Tara puts in the second free throw. That makes it 36-31. 3:45 to go. Pass underneath. And almost overthrown. And they try to get it back, try to save it back in. Knocked out of bounds by Carly Holland. So it's 3:43. And the ball will be inbounded by Pius over in the deep corner. They'll get it to Alyssa Mays, playing with 4 personal fouls. Marissa Valdez, who just canned the 3-point shot, is going to bring it over now to Alyssa Mays. Mays out on top to Reagan Morris. Morris starts to make a move, cut off by Abby. Pass inside to be knocked away by Gigi Romero. And I think they're going to call Gigi for a foul. No, that's a terrible call. Gigi simply going for the ball. Anyway, that's the 4th team foul. It'll be inbounded by Pius under their own basket, baseline right. And they'll bring it all the way out on top. Bring it over to Marisol Valdez. Valdez will get it right now to Catalina Anaya. Anaya on the dribble. And she's literally pushed from behind by Carly Holland. Did they call that? No, they did not call that. The ball went out of bounds off of Los Alamos. And Carly, she just shoved her from behind. Nothing called. 3:10 to go. There. And they bring it now to Alyssa Mays. And Mays gets it out to Catalina Anaya. Anaya has her pass almost picked off by Tara McDonald. Tara was able to get a hold of the ball. And the Hilltoppers knock it away. But Tara came in and got a hold. It was a high pass. Tara tipped it. Tara tried to get a hold of it, couldn't. So they flipped it back over. They picked it up. They tried to flip it down to the baseline. It came to Sophia Trujillo. She was right on the baseline, and she was immediately double teamed. So Ray Romero jumps up and calls a full timeout. So 36-31, still a 5-point ball game. The Hilltoppers will have the ball coming out of the timeout. And I think we're down to a little under 3 minutes. They use the scoreboard clock. They use that for the timeout clock. So I have to wait until the timeout clock runs off. I want to remind everybody that the girls will be back in action here at Griffith Gymnasium on Friday night. They will entertain the Espanola Valley Lady Sun Devils, and then on Saturday night we'll all head down to Espanola for the big game against Espanola, the Hilltopper boys, who lost the game here by 1 on a buzzer shot. So 2:52 to go. Hilltoppers down by 5. Full court press by the Sartans. They bring it in. They bring it up to Tara McDonald. McDonald brings it up to Gigi Romero. Romero to Carly Holland in the corner. Out on top to Sophia Trujillo. Let's see what they've drawn up here. We're going to get it to Carly. And we're going to have Carly steps on the sideline. So Carly trying to come around Alyssa Mays. And right in front of the Hilltopper bench. Steps on the sideline. 2.5 minutes to go. 5-point ball game. Marisol Valdez just walking up the floor in no hurry. Comes now to Alyssa Mays. Mays will bring it now to Macy Freeze. Freeze will hand it over to Marisol Valdez. And so right now, Bree Road is gone. But they've decided to take the air out of the ball at this point. And so Macy has so I was waiting to see what happened. But anyway, Alyssa Mays had the ball. She was being guarded and then snuck around from behind with Sophia Trujillo and tied her up. But the alternating possession goes to the Sartans. 2 minutes to go. The ball, Carly Holland going for the steal, and they're just going to bring up Pius in no hurry to take the ball to the basket. Under 2 minutes to go. Alyssa Mays on the dribble, still on the dribble, picks up her dribble, gets to Marisol Valdez. So they're not even interested in going to the basket right now unless it's a wide open shot. But the Hilltoppers are going to have to foul here at one point. The Hilltoppers unfortunately have 2 fouls to give. That should have been a traveling violation. I guess Alyssa Mays, that was not called. Comes over now, and they're going to get it down low to Macy Freeze. Freeze travels, nothing called. She just drug that pivot foot all over. And so now Carly Holland goes down, and a minute 12 to go, and the Hilltoppers have 4 team fouls. So they put them on the line to shoot a 1-on-1. That's the 5th one. As that personal foul goes to Gigi Romero, her second, but that's only the 5th team foul. Hilltoppers have to foul 2 more times to get them on the line. And I don't understand why they're not. Carly Holland goes down and get it to Macy Freeze. Just to do not foul Alyssa Mays. But we're down to 55 seconds to go. And so a timeout, you're going to have a held ball in the corner. And Mike, you'll appreciate this. Mike Mays, once again, nobody had possession of the ball, so Bree Rowe jumps up and calls the timeout and gets the timeout. So she gets a full timeout, and that's her last timeout. So she has none left. But the ball was over in the deep corner. It was a battle for it. Nobody had possession, but Bree Rowe jumps up and says timeout. That's Mike and I. That's our favorite thing. That nobody has possession, and they do that all the time. There'll be a situation where they're fighting for the ball, and the ball just rolling on the court, and one of the coaches jumps up and calls timeout with nobody in possession of the ball, and they give them the timeout. So that's become a pattern right now, and that's exactly what Bree Rowe did. But I don't understand why the Hilltoppers aren't fouling, because it's 36-31, and if you pick out somebody, I would pick out somebody like a Macy Freeze. She shot two, and anyway, so now it'll be inbound. The Hilltoppers have to foul. Ball comes into the backcourt all the way back to Catalina and Aya. Now Carly Holland on her. Carly trying to make the steal. And 40 seconds to go, Hilltoppers still not fouling. And so Sophia Trujillo, now they're fouling. And so they fouled the wrong girl. They fouled Alyssa Mays, Gigi Romero. I mean, if I was Ray Romero, I would have told him right off the bat to get out there and foul number 55. That's the 16th foul. And so they have one more to go. Ball is stolen away by Abby Martinez. She goes up and lays it in, and with 26 seconds to go, and Ray Romero takes the timeout. So Romero, he takes a full timeout. So right now he has 3 timeouts. He has 3 timeouts left. Well, 2 timeouts. I have him for 2. I have him for 1 full and 1:30. But the problem is there's only about 20-some seconds to go. It's a 3-point ball game, and the Hilltoppers finally have 16 fouls. They can try to pick out somebody to foul for the 1-and-1. And I would certainly think that would. Well, if it was me, I'd be fouling Macy Freeze. But anyway, right now, let's see. But anyway, right now they're talking things over, and the Hilltoppers are going to need a 3. First thing they're going to have to do is put somebody on the line and have them miss a free throw. And Ray Romero still has 2 timeouts. They could bring the ball up to midcourt and call a timeout. 26 seconds to go. They're going to have to foul somebody right away, and they have to pick out somebody who's not a very good free throw shooter. So they're trying to foul. Alyssa Mays with it. They're going to get it over. Ray Romero hollering foul. They finally foul Marisol Valdez, finally, with 14 seconds to go. So Abigail picks up her 3rd personal. That's the 7th team foul. So Marisol Valdez is going to go to the free throw line. She has 3 points in the ball game. Has not been to the free throw line. She's going to shoot a 1-and-1. This one's good. So that gives them a 4-point lead, 37-33. And I don't understand why the Hilltoppers took so long to foul. They had those fouls to give, and Marisol cans both of them. And Ray Romero wants a timeout, but at this point, it's a 5-point lead for Pius, and 14 seconds to go. Hilltoppers are going to have to. They're going to have to can a 3, or a 2 at least, quickly, and then foul somebody quickly. No, as it turns out, do not foul Marisol Valdez. Do not foul Alyssa Mays. And like I say, if I had my druthers, we haven't shot a whole lot of free throws in this ball game, but Macy Free shot 2, but it's interesting. Alyssa Mays, who's their leading scorer, has 13 points right now. What's interesting is that she's only 3 for 4 she's 1 for 4 from the free throw line, which really surprises me because she's a very, very good shooter. And I was watching her shoot free throws before the game, and she was deadly. So I don't know. Anyway, but if I had to make the decision, I'd say number 55, Macy Freeze. And let's see, is Macy still in the ball game? Yes, she is. Full court press now by the Sartans with 14 seconds to go, and the Hilltoppers with 1 timeout remaining. Ray Romero now setting his girls up in a particular pattern. They're going to bring it in against the pass is going to be picked off by Alyssa Mays. And so they get it to Marisol Valdez in the corner, out on top to Alyssa Mays. 3 seconds to go. And Alyssa just dribbles it out, and that's it. And the Hilltoppers go down 38-33 to the Sartans. The Hilltoppers only came up with 5 points in that quarter, and the Sartans came up with 11. So a 5-point loss for Los Alamos. And boy, you gotta catch the score in a hurry, because as soon as that final whistle, they turn the scoreboard off. But final score anyway was 38-33. And so for the Hilltoppers, they were led by Carly Holland, who had 11, and all those 11 all came in the first half. And then Gigi Romero, she ended up with 10, and she had 4 in the first half, 6 in the second half. And Sophia, let me see, finishing. We didn't have a whole lot. Didn't really spread the scoring out a lot. So as Sophia Trujillo came up with 4, Abigail Martinez only had 1. Michelle Macias had 2. And let's see, and Tara McDonald had 3. So let me see. So anyway, does it all add up? Anyway, but it's 38-33. So the scoring for Los Alamos, they were led by Carrie Holland with 11, and Gigi Romero, she ended up with 10. And let's see, I missed a basket by Abby Martinez. So Abby came up with 2, and so she ended up with 3 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 girls scoring for Los Alamos for their total. And for the Sartans, they were led by Alyssa Mays, she had 8 points in the first quarter, and then she had 3 more in the second quarter, and then she had 2 here in the final quarter. So she ends up with 13 points, and she ends up being the leading scorer in the contest. And Catalina Anaya ends up with 8, and Desiree Ortiz, who got hurt, ended up with 6. And then we had a number of 2s from the rest of the team. But so the Hilltoppers trailed. The Hilltoppers led 10-9 after the first quarter, trailed 20-17 after the half, led by 1 at the end of the third quarter. Were outscored by 6 in the fourth quarter. And so the final score 38-33, which means that the Hilltoppers now are going to go to 15-7, and the St. Pius will go to 16-5. And this is not a district game, so their district record remains at 5-0, and the Hilltoppers will try to improve on that on Friday night when the Espanola Valley Lady Sun Devils will come here to the Griffith Gymnasium. Well, my good buddy Mike May is not feeling so good, so feel better, Mike. Got all week. I'm going to need you on Friday night. And so for John McHale and Nate Limback and Charlene McHale, and the crew, and I want to thank Carol Clark for making all this possible. For the Los Alamos Daily Post YouTube channel, and, she was a lifesaver. So I want to thank her for giving us this opportunity. Final score 38-33. The Hilltoppers lose to St. Pius in a hard-fought contest at either team. And Mike says, what does he say? Oh, he says, "Good job tonight, Gene." I just got a text sent to from Mike May, sent to John McHale, which he was showing me. So thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. And look forward to seeing you on Friday. So that'll do it. Final score 38-33. So have a great week, everybody, and you can make it an even better week. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug your penguin, but the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And Sweetie Pie, God, I miss you so, so very much. And I love you, and I always will. Bye-bye, everybody.